Okay, so I think we have discussed a lot of questions yesterday, and then we just installed the softwares, right? Today onwards, we'll be starting with the Python content. People who joined today newly, today is the first class. Maybe you can wait for the end of the class. Once the class is over, I'll be sharing you the installation videos, right, from YouTube. The link I think most of you already copied, but in case someone missed, please copy the links for installation and Jupyter Notebook tutorial. I think uh, and the demo link also, so you can find the entire session has been recorded and it is posted in YouTube, so you can see the demo recordings where I have explained everything, the content, the duration, the course highlights, everything, all your doubts. Many other people also have asked a lot of questions, so if you listen through, a lot of your own doubts will be cleared, right? And still, if you have any questions to ask, please wait, maybe after 7:45 we can discuss, right? Okay, so let me open the Jupyter notebook. So yesterday we discussed very few things. Today onwards we'll be starting with the content, right? So core Python will be the um, kind of topic for this week. We'll be discussing about basic core Python concepts. So yesterday we discussed how to install any package. So pip install numpy or pip install any package name. That's the kind of standard. And once we have installed, we need to import the package. So import and then the package name. Any help you want to take, dir will list down all the methods available. And if you want to take help for any particular method, you can write a question mark. So I think this is what we have discussed. So today onwards, we'll be starting with Python. Python is a very popular language. It is useful for many other domain, not only in data science. Like I think it has popularity in every sector, like coming from test automation to your networking, socket programming to your data science, PySpark, big data, right? Coming to data analysis, web development, Django, Flask, React, and also lot of domain has Python implementation, right? So what we're going to discuss is very common concepts of Python today. So let me first tell you about the takeaway. First, we will be discussing today what is a variable, right? Which is a very basic concept. I think most of you already knows how to declare a variable in Python. We'll be discussing a very important concept called we'll be discussing about variable, and then we'll be discussing about taking input from keyboard, right? Taking input from keyboard. And as I said, I think the complete Python whole kind of syllabus, if you want to cover, please go through Durgasoft's recording. So this 170 hours for us, whatever Python is needed for data science, the track will be different after core Python. We'll be discussing data science modules like NumPy, we will be discussing pandas, we'll be discussing plotly, and then I will be sharing Seaborn and Matplotlib videos. So I think the track will be different. So the libraries will be discussing next Monday onwards, right? Okay. So I think after this we'll be discussing about data types, right? Basically we'll be discussing functions or maybe loops we will discuss, if else loop, right? And then we will be discussing about while loop, right? And then we'll be discussing about for loop, right? So if time permits, we'll discuss about function or maybe tomorrow. So this is the kind of quick takeaway for today's class. And let's start with the first thing, that is variable. And before even go into variable, let us discuss how to print anything in Python. A lot of people are Python users. Most of you already know this, but yeah. So let me start with a very basic. So we write hello world program, right? Any language we start, we write hello world program. So anything you want to print inside in the console, the command is print command, right? This is a print method. I'm going to use the print method, and within this bracket I'm going to write what I'm going to print. In Python, double quotes and single quote, both the same string, it represents the same string, right? You can write the string within double quotes or single quote. So I'm writing hello Python, right? Because this is my first program, so I'm just writing hello Python. And then initially you can run it through this triangle symbol, or quickly if you want to remember the shortcut, keyboard shortcut, this is shift and enter. So if you click on this shift and enter, you can see the output. So print hello Python. So this is the text that I have printed. So anything that you want to print in the console, simply you can write the string within the bracket, right? Print and the string. And let's say you don't want to print any string, you want to print any number. So no need to give quotes. Let's say 7 plus 8. And then if you run this, you will find 15. So I think this is the uniqueness of Python engine or Python console. That is, it can be used as a calculator, right? Calculator means what? The green color box that you are looking is, it's nothing but IPython cell, or basically it's the engine which is running the Python code, right? And you can use it as a calculator. Means what? Directly, without assigning values to variable, directly you can write any math operation, basic maths. For example, I want to understand what is the multiplication of 9 with 4. 9 fours are, right? So multiplication means star symbol. Star means multiplication. And if you run this, you will find the output. You can do division. Let's say 8 divided by 4, right? You can do division. You can do multiplication, addition, subtraction, all of this basic math operation power. Let's say 2 to the power of 3 you want to understand. 2 times star star and then 3. And then you can see the output. So all of this maths directly you can write. It can be used as a calculator. And we have a lot of libraries in Python. We'll discuss that later in the course. A math library and NumPy library, which will help you to do any kind of math, starting from simple maths like your addition, subtraction and all, to complex math like matrix factorization, and then your rank of a matrix, power, inverse of a matrix, LCD, GCM, any trigonometric function. So you name any kind of math, you will find a function or already ready-made function available in Python, right? So that's why it is used for data science. And data science, ultimately, when it comes to machine learning and deep learning, it is pure math, nothing else. The behind the scene, it is math algorithm. Python is just a language to implement, but what we are implementing is math. And for math, we need support. Otherwise, it is very difficult. So Python is a language which is supporting a lot of math libraries, and hence we have a lot of popularity, right, in Python. Later you will understand when we go to the modules. So I think two things is clear: how to write anything or how to print anything in the console, and basically how to take this Python as a calculator. Next thing is variable. I want to hear from you what you understand by a variable, right? Like what do you mean by a variable? So um, all of the languages has variable. So what is the meaning of variable? What you understand?
It's a
Placeholder
character,
for
ma'am.
temporary values.
Yeah, could any one of you please repeat again?
Placeholder for temporary values.
Placeholder, okay. Container, okay. So basically in Python, if I go very deep into it, I just don't want to go that deep, but if you want to, for example, if I'm writing, let's say variable 1, right, is equals to, let's say, 6. So in other languages, how you will be writing variable, you will be writing the data type, right? Like, for example, 6 is an integer, so you want to store an integer value. So here you will write int of variable 1, isn't it? So like this you will write in other languages, but in Python it is the interpreter will automatically take this. So no need to specify the data type. Directly the name of the variable equals to the value you can write. So this is called dynamically typed. So variables are dynamically typed means you as a user are not specifying the data types. For example, int of this, right, will throw you error. It will tell you invalid syntax. So basically you can ignore the data types. Why? Because the interpreter automatically will assign the type to the variable based on the value that you have assigned. For example, this case, variable 1 equals to 6. Have I mentioned any data type? Answer is no. But there is a method called type method which will tell us the type of the variable. If I call this type, if I want to know what is the type of this variable 1, It is integer type. Now how it is assigned? By the interpreter. Automatically it will be assigned. If I change the number, let's say from 6, I'm changing it to 6.6. Now what is this? This is nothing but a floating number, and you can see the type is changed, right? If I make it a string, let's say quotes, within quotes I'm writing. So this became a string, and you can see the type will automatically be changed to string, right? So this is a very good thing for the programmer. Pros and cons both are there, but from a writing perspective, there can be a lot of syntactical mistakes. Sometimes we will write the wrong type, or maybe we will miss the type. So but here it is easy. As a programmer, it is easy for us, right? If we no need to write the data type. Now normally what happens if you write, let's say if I'm writing variable, in this case if I'm writing, let's say variable 2 equals to 10, right? So what exactly happened, right, behind the scene? Yes, so variable is a placeholder. So it will basically it is a container which holds the value. That is the easiest explanation. But if you want to go detail, for your understanding, you can understand variable is a container which will hold the value. But actually this is what is happening. For example, there is one location. Let's say this is a memory location which is 1024, right? I'm just randomly writing something, and let's say here it is 10. So this is not variable 2. This is not variable 2. Variable 2 is another memory location which will contains the reference address. So this will be stored. Let's say this is 2024. This is variable 2. So variable 2 is a location which will contain the memory address which contains the real value. But let us not make it so complicated. Simple thing is you can understand variable as a location or address, right? Or basically a holder or container which will store the value, right? Yeah, you can consider this as a pointer or reference, right, to the real location where the 10 is stored. Now if I write, let's say variable 3 equals to 10, what will happen? Variable 3 equals to 10. So maybe again one more location, let's say 30, 34 or something, and this will contain this, right? Or basically if I write variable 3 equals to variable 2. So a lot of things are come like behind the scene, but let us make it simple. And the simple explanation is variable is nothing but a container which will hold the value, right? Any question in variable, is it clear? So it is so simple. Just you write the name of the variable, um, and then you just assign the values, right? Whatever value you want to assign, you just assign. Type conversion is also very simple. So for example, 6 is there. 6 is what? 6 is basically it's a string. I want to convert this to a number. What I want? I want 6 to convert it into a number. So what I will do, variable 1 equals to 6. I want to convert it to a number. So I will write, let's say what I want to convert, let's say integer to integer. So I will write int of variable 1, right? I will write int of variable 1. And then if I run this, then you will see 6. So 6 is basically the number which has been converted from a string. So any one type to any other type, if you want to convert to what type you want to convert, write that. And if it is compatible, then only we can change. For example, here high. Do you think this will work or throw error? Tell me. If I write high here, now can I change this high to integer? Is it possible?
No, because it's
No.
a
Right?
string.
Correct. So yes, if it is compatible, then you can change it. If it is not compatible, you cannot, right? For example, let's say here it is 10.0 and you want to convert it to string. Is it possible? Yes, you can just write str before. Whatever you want to change. Float means float, float you write before. String means string means string you write before. Integer means int you write before, right? um okay, so I think this is what is called variable and type conversion. Very simple and a very easy one. I think variable concept is same in all languages, right? We have variable in C++, in Java, in Scala, in R, in Python. Every language has variable, same concept. Only we need to remember that How it is different in Python? Just we no need to write the type, just directly name and then value. It is easy actually in Python. Okay. Now coming to other things, like once we understood about variable, taking input from keyboard. So basically, let's say you are writing some program, let's say you're building some app or something, and you want the user to feed some input from the keyboard. So input from keyboard, there is a method called input, right, which will help you to take input from keyboard. So for example, you want to ask the user the age you want to ask, right? So how to write it? So basically what you will call is called input method. What method? Input method. I told you any function if it is kind of any function if it is, you don't know, right? If it is a new function for you, how to take help? Anyone? Let's say I want to know about the print function, so I don't know it. So how to use it, how to take help? Yesterday we discussed.
Question mark.
Correct. So we can write question mark to understand, right? But so basically what I will do, I will just write question mark and then run. Just I'm revising what we have seen yesterday. So for any function you can directly get help. So doc string you can see, right? Doc string you can see and you can find the complete, but this is not so input and then prompt equals to what. So you need to write what exactly you want to ask the user or want to print the user, right? So let us do that. So what I'm going to do is input and then within bracket. One more thing I just want to add. See, this core Python is just a summary I'm giving you, just quick revision. Many of you already know, and this is not my syllabus. My syllabus starts from NumPy. My syllabus starts from Advanced Python. The core Python I'm giving you a quick revision. Hope it is fine for everyone. Is this speed is okay, everyone? Because a lot of you people already know Python, and if I go very slow, you will get very bored. So that's why, is this speed is okay or you want me to go slow, right? This
Okay,
is
miss.
okay, right? Because yeah,
Okay.
because this we are just
Even I
revising
don't know
quickly.
Python, it's okay.
Yes, if you don't know Python and understanding, then it is okay, right?
Okay.
And my recommendation is please spend some time at least this week. 1 week is more than sufficient to complete core Python, even though you are completely beginner. If you know any other language, I think 2-3 hours are sufficient. But if you are completely beginner, if you spend 1 week of time, just take the topic name from the syllabus, and if you spend some 5 to 6 hours, it will be completed. There's nothing much, very simple concepts. Python is the easiest language, right? So I think we will not spend a lot of time. I want to focus entire 2.5 months in important topics. So next week onwards, once we complete this revision part, we'll start with our core concepts. Like NumPy onwards, it will be very, very detailed, very slow, and we'll have a lot of assignments. NumPy, we have 3 assignments in the coding test, 1 question. Pandas, we have 3 assignments plus 2 coding tests. Plotly, we have 2 projects in the coding test. You will be doing, so those parts will be very, very detailed. Sorry. Yes, I think Durga sir's videos are also available, right? Everything Durga sir has very, very detailed way he has explained. So I'm just summarizing, right? So that you will not feel uncomfortable. If I start directly from NumPy, so you'll feel uncomfortable. So I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. So we want to start from scratch. Okay. Okay. So I think, yes, so input function we will use. So what is input function will do? Will ask the user, for example, enter your let's say age. This is what I want to print. And then if I run this, you can see it is asking me, and can you see this star mark? Until and unless I'm entering the value, it is skip, the loop is continuing, like the execution is not finished. So I'm just entering, let's say I'm entering something, right? And enter. Now you can see that it is a string. So whatever you are entering from the keyboard, always it will be taken as a string. Remember this point. Anything that you're entering from the keyboard will be treated as a string. What it will be treated as a string. and 10 I'm entering, so 10 is treated as a string, right? Let's say I don't want it to be a string, I want it to be an integer, so I can convert it later. So let's say this is age variable. What is this? This is age variable which will hold the value that you are passing. Now let me run it again, right? So it is asking me, let's say I'm entering the value and enter, and now you can see what the age is holding. This is holding 11, but this is in a string format. So like this, if you want the user to enter the input, and you can print what exactly you want the user to enter, for example enter your age or whatever, right? You can ask the user, and whatever it is entering, it will be always integer. How to convert it? Sorry, it will be always be in a string format. Then later you can do type conversion. Just now we have discussed how to do type conversion. Here also you can do, or later also you can do. So whatever I'm getting, I'm converting it to integer. Whatever I'm getting, I'm converting it to integer. So now if I run this, okay, so again I need to run here, for example 12. So 12 and then enter. So you can see that age, if I run this age, now this is 12. It's not string, it is an integer. Is it clear how to take input from keyboard? Anything, input method you need to remember. What method? Input method you need to remember, right? So we discussed three things: print command, we discussed variable, we have discussed input from keyboard, right? So what is the note that I will be sharing with you is session 1 note. This is just the class practice note, and the same practice note we will discuss. So what is the advantage if we use the same practice note? We can revise. So what we have seen in the last class, we can revise, right? And what is the note that you're going to get? This I will upload today in the drive, right? Python basics. Entire week's content I will upload. So in case you want to understand, you can go through this. So we will be discussing about introduction to Python, hello Python, Python is a calculator, indentation, comments, everything in Python is an object, operators, data type conversion, variable, flow control, functions and modules, right? And then we have whole things in a nice format. We have everything, whatever we have discussed, right? I'm just using this class file for practice, right? Okay. um okay, so looking at this, I forgot to add one more important basic thing which I think we can do this today, that is comments. So anybody knows how to give comments, and what is comment? First of all, comments,
Ignore
what is comment?
execution.
Command.
Yeah,
It will ignore the execution. We can
yeah.
add some thing to our code. What the functionality will be done.
So basically why we use comment, like what is the purpose?
Uh, if any other one is looking for our code, then he can understand that what is the actual concern is written here.
Correct. So documentation. So in Jupyter, you have a lot of markdown available. So basically, you don't need comment in Jupyter. But other IDs, let's say you're using other IDs, how you will make your code readable or basically properly documented so that others can understand. If you want to convey some message, or let's say below line of code will do this or that or something you want to write. So how to write? So you comment basically. Comments are the lines which will not be executed by the interpreter, right? If you have commented any line, that will not be executed. That is usage number one. Second is for debugging also, sometimes we comment, right, to understand where is the error, or we comment some of the lines and run it, and then we see, okay, till here it is running, means till here it is fine. Next, again we uncomment and keep running. So for debugging also it helps. So if I'm commenting any line, that particular line will not be executed. So for example, print, let's say hi. There are two things, let's say print hi, and um, let's say another thing is, let's say print hi, right? I want not to kind of run this particular line. So what I will do, I will just write a hash. Hash is comment. One single hash is for single line comment. So if I have multiple lines, let's say this is one line, um, and then other line I have is, let's say print, let's say variable uh, 4 equals to, let's say 89, and then I have print variable 4. Let's say this 3 lines of code is there, and I want to comment all of these 3 lines. So this is called multi-line comment, right? Like not one single line, but more than one line I want to comment. So I have two options. So first is hash hash hash. If I can give hash, this is single line. So how many times I will give hash like this? Multi-line comment in Jupyter Notebook, there is a way. What you will do is first you highlight or select what you want to comment. So let's say I want to comment all of these 3 lines. So I'm going to select these 3 lines and then control and then slash. Everything will be commented at a time. So let me repeat. Multi-line comment, right? There are 2 ways how you can do multi-line comment. One of the way is just highlight or select what you want to comment. All the lines that you want to comment, first you highlight or select and then you write hash, right? Control slash, it will comment. And again same thing, if you want to uncomment, what you want to uncomment, let's say this 2 line I want to uncomment, let me highlight and then again control slash, so uncomment, control slash comment, control slash uncomment, control slash comment, control slash uncomment. So just highlight what you want to uncomment and then control slash for uncomment and comment again control slash. So this is easy way. Now there is one more way also. In other ID, try this. In Jupyter, this has a special meaning. Anybody knows how to do multi-line comment except hash like this control slash? Any other multi-line comment code? 3 times quotation. So that actually will work in other IDs in Jupyter, that is treated as a special string. So what I mean to tell you is this particular thing will be multi-line comment, right? In other ID. So if you are using, let's say, Spider or PyCharm or VS Code or Atom or any other ID except Jupyter, this is nothing but multi-line comment. Within this codes, whatever you are writing will be treated as multi-line comment. But in Jupyter, this is not a multi-line comment. See, I can show you also. If I run this, if it is a comment, you will not see any output, right? For example, print. Have I seen any output for print? No. Comment means it will not run. So you can see here, this is not a comment. This is a type of string, special string. Means what? Normally, if I write this within quotes, I will get error because these are 2 different lines, right? So this will be error. This will not be one string. End of length, right? End of string error. Now if I want to give proper spacing, or I want how I am writing here the same way you print, or basically keep track of the spaces, then you will write this 3 times quotation. So let me repeat, if it is confusing you, let me summarize how to give multi-line comments. Any IDE you are using, multi-line comment, you always remember, highlight what you want to comment, control and slash, that will comment, right? And control and slash, again it will uncomment. But some people will also use 3 times quotation like this, right? This is okay for other IDEs. That will be treated as multi-line comment. But in Jupyter Notebook, is it multi-line comment? In Jupyter Notebook, what is this? This is special string. Is it clear or any question here? I will stop here. This 3 time quotation is special string in Jupyter. So in Jupyter, if you are using, how to write multi-line comment? If you are using Jupyter Notebook, how you will use multi-line comment? Or if it is still confusing, just give me 1 minute. Let me open Spider and show you. But let me know in Jupyter how to write multi-line comment.
Control slash.
Yes. What you will
Select
do,
and
control
control
and
slash.
slash. Yes, that is the
First select
simplest
the
way.
lines and then after click on control and slash.
Correct. Control and slash, right? That's the easy way. And this is a special string here, not a comment. Okay. Okay. Now, I think these comments are clear, which is very important. After comments, what we will discuss, once my Spider opens, I will show you. I think it is opening. Yes, it is opened. So what I mean to tell you is, see here, what is this? What I have done? Can you see this? Let me increase the font size.
It's a comment you mentioned here.
Correct, huh? Right? It is a comment. So if I run this, so let me delete. So all of this print I have written, and then if I run this, this is the run. So can you see any output? In the output, can you see any output? No. Why? Because everything is commented. So green color means comment. So here also I'm writing 3 times quotation, but is it a special string or comment? Is it a
It's a
special string
comment.
or comment?
It's a comment.
So correct. So any other IDE, this is a comment. In Jupyter, this is a special string. So to avoid confusion, here also you can write, for example, highlight what you want to comment, all of these things, and control and slash, right? Let me see if it is working here. Control slash. I have never tried. It's not working. Control slash is not working in Spider. 1 second. In this case, you can, if you are using other ID, you can write this quotation, right? For if it is not working, control slash. Let me try once, right? So highlight, control and slash. Okay, so control slash is only for Jupyter. 1 point. Please mute yourself, everyone. Is it clear about comment? All the confusion is clear. Any doubt in this? I will stop here. Is this clear? So there is a slight difference. You need to understand this, right? Okay. So after we understand about comments, what next we will understand? We'll understand about maybe data types. So we have a lot of native data type in Python. So basically, so we have Boolean. Boolean means true and false. Numbers, right? What is number type? So we call it numeric type. So we have floats, integer, fractions, and complex number. All of these are coming under numeric type. Step number 1 is, sorry, not step number 1, the number 1 is booleans, true and false, right? Second is numeric. In numeric, what is coming? So your integer, floats, fractions, complex number, everything is coming under numeric. And then string we have bytes, mostly useful for array kind of data or image data. We have list, tuple, set, dictionary, and string. So list, tuple, set, dictionary, string we will discuss in this week, called data structure. We'll completely in detail we will discuss about list, tuple, set, dictionary, string, bytes, numeric, boolean. What are the native data types? Lot of others, but important one are important ones. Let us remember the important ones. Let me repeat. Boolean, numeric, string, or maybe Boolean, numeric, bytes, list, tuple, set, dictionary, and string. Boolean, true, false. Numeric, inside numeric, again you have different types. Integer, float, fraction, and complex number. And then string, we have list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So we will see everything in detail: how to create a string, how to create a list, what are the operations, how to extract elements, add element, delete element, update a list, what is mutable, immutable, properties. A lot of things we will see in the coming classes, right? Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow we will see all of this data structure, or one by one we will see in detail. So next is your data type. Just I am writing the types. Okay. So regarding data types, we will be discussing in detail, except the like Boolean. First is Boolean. So where you will use Boolean? Any idea? Where you will use Boolean?
True or false?
Yes. If you are checking any condition or something, right? The answer will be either true or false, right? Decision making, correct. So true or false. Numeric, again, numeric is just I'm writing, but inside it we have integer, float, complex numbers, everything. And then we have bytes. And then we have the sequence, five things. That is, first is your string, which is immutable, and then we have list, then we have tuple, and then we have set, right? And then we have finally dictionary. So these all things we will discuss. I'm just writing today, but from here to here we will discuss in detail, right? From here to here in the coming class. Okay. I think let us go slow this week. A lot of people are joining. This is a demo week. I don't want to complete a lot of topics. It will be difficult for others to follow up, right? So let me quickly summarize. Yesterday we discussed about, first we completed installation. So people who joined today newly and you finding this Jupyter very uncomfortable, you are looking at this, what is this? And this is not a normal ID and all. Please go through the tutorial of Jupyter Notebook, which is already there in YouTube. I'll be sharing the link. So you will feel very comfortable using it. I'm not telling you to use Jupyter again. This is not at all a mandatory choice. It is not at all mandatory. It is your wish what you want to use. But understanding Jupyter is definite thing for a data scientist. Whether you're using it or not is a different thing, but you should know Jupyter Notebook. Why? Because lot of code you will find is there in notebook format, right? Lot of code. Maybe others are using it, and when you are learning some blogs or Google Collab is also a type of Jupyter notebook format. So I think understanding this is very helpful. So once we understood how to install and then import and take help, today we understood how to print, and then we understood variable input from keyboard, and then we understood about comments. Data types will continue maybe in the next class. I will stop here. Any questions in this? People who have
Yeah,
some
yeah,
yeah,
ma'am.
who are wait yeah, just give me 1 minute, please. So if you are waiting to ask me any doubt related to the course, please wait. After the class is completed, others who already enrolled, please drop. I don't want to waste your time. And people who are waiting to ask me some question, you can go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I have one question.
Yes.
Actually, regarding data type,
Yeah.
I have one question. So, can we make any data type means time restricted?
So yes, all of those details we are just summarizing, whether it is type restricted or not, global variable, local variable, please see Durga sir's recording. You'll find detail, right? If you want detail starting from identifier, he has completed. So how to name variable, from there you will understand. So from very scratch. So like we are naming the variables, right? Like there are rules to name the variables. From there, who is the like owner of Python, or who has discovered or maybe invented Python? From there, the history, from there he started, right? So
Okay.
please see Durga sir's recording for any complete thing. We are just summarizing here. Yeah,
Ma'am,
any other questions?
so
Yeah, I
could you
have one
please
question.
share the YouTube link?
YouTube link, right?
Yeah.
For what? For Jupyter, yes, I'm sharing. In the meantime, you can keep asking questions. I'm sharing
Um,
the links.
can we
Yeah.
debug in Jupyter, like line by line? If there's an error, we want to see where the error happened. Line by line, can we do debugging like in other IDs?
Yes, you can do that. So you can write your code line by line, or you can write whole of your code in one cell and then you run it line by line. So you can do that. Answer is yes. We can do line by line debugging in
Okay.
Jupyter. So I think this is helpful. So people don't, please skip it. I usually in the class only complete, but I find this is very basic things which you can go through. IDE tutorial, right? This is just an IDE. I think this session 2 first I'm posting. Please see this recording. This is very helpful. Um, if you are not a data scientist, or maybe you are any other, let's say data analyst or data engineer, still Jupyter will help you sometimes. So this is the link for Jupyter tutorial, and this is very advanced. We can do a lot of things using Jupyter. Entire content, I think from very scratch to very advanced, I have covered in this 1 hour. Right, so I just copied the link. Please I just pasted the link. Please copy the link for Jupyter. The link that I have shared is for Jupyter notebook tutorial. I think most of you missed it. Everyone copied? And then yes, then I'm sharing one more link for installation, right? This is the link for installation. I think this is what you need to go through. Installation and Jupyter. 1 second. Copy this. Okay. And then regarding demo, I think, do you need the link for demo? Lot of demos are there in YouTube. If you go to DurgaSoft Data Science, Durga sir has also started this library data science course. So you can see full stack data science demos. So you will find a lot of demos are available. You can see any one of it. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. So I can take this question which is there in the chat window. Collab is good. So Collab is not good because it's a cloud platform. A lot of time you will face difficulty loading the data. It's not so simple like your native Jupyter. I will recommend Collab in worst case if your memory is not supporting. Instead of buying a new laptop, maybe for one or two project you can use, but it should not be a kind of daily thing to do or use. Local IDs are good. Local ID means what is already installed in your system. Any ID you can use, VS Code, Atom or PyCharm or this kind of things you should do every day. But let's say only for one project, let's say your memory is 8 GB. You have a machine of 8 GB and you cannot upgrade it. And the only for one project, let's say you need 12 GB of RAM at least because the data is huge. Maybe only that project you can run in Google Colab, right? So I think Google Colab is giving 12 GB free and GPU support. So I think that is why we can use Google Colab if in case your memory is not supporting. But if you think regularly you need a lot of memory, better to upgrade. Yes, everything I will share, I will upload in the drive. Today only I will make your drive up to date with Python books and materials, everything, the notebooks, class notebook that I am practicing every day in the class. Everything I will upload. Okay.
Will
People
you
who
Ma'am,
don't.
one doubt.
Yes, yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, I have one data set in which one column has approx more than 350 categories. So is there any way to handle these categories? Means we will choose the most frequent 50 or 100 categories or any another way? Because
Wait,
whenever
wait,
we will
wait.
encode that.
So you need to go, you are going so far. So you will understand a lot of data manipulation libraries. I think after that, all your questions will be automatically cleared. Wait for pandas. So we'll complete that
Oh, okay.
library and then you can handle all this kind of semi-structured data.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Um, okay. So people, please don't worry about math. Let me repeat it. So what I'm saying, you should trust me because I'm very transparent. I'm talking about core Python repeatedly because many non-technical people, if you want to understand detail, right, very, very detail from starting of the history of the language to like everything like line by line, tit by tit detail, please see Durga sir's recording for core Python. Except that nothing else you need to see. Even my materials are so sufficient. You don't need to search in internet for math, extra maths. Every math I will take care. When it comes to machine learning, the math part I will take care. From starting, you will understand everything. Everybody can understand math. There is no problem in math part. Only I'm little worried about Python part. Especially the core Python. Advanced Python, everybody will understand. But the core Python, if you can spend some extra time, and maybe you can take that as a prerequisite for people who are non-technical. If you are technical, from day one, you will understand. In fact, you will find the first week is very boring. But please wait. If you are technical, definitely no need of any other extra resource. Everything, whatever we are completing in the syllabus is more than sufficient. And I'll tell you what next. AI is never going to end. So I'll tell you what next you can learn yourself. And also I'll send you the reference links, which will help you to kind of go the next or take the next step. But if you have a fear of math, can I understand math? Please don't kind of don't panic because math I will explain you in a very simplified manner. Whatever is required to understand that math, all of those maths I will complete first. If your concept of basic math is clear, you will understand. I'm repeatedly telling because we are going very detail about it. Okay. So if you're non-math background means what? I don't consider anyone as non-math background. If you completed +2 at least 12th, you're not from non-math background, right? I'm not sure if you have never touched math, then I think data science is not a field for you. But at least if you have cleared your 12th exam, that is sufficient to understand. Non-programming background, I can understand. Non-math background, I don't know. Right? Okay. Any other question? Whether you are non-math background or you are from pure math background, I will cover in detail. So don't worry about math. Leave out the math part. Please focus on the core Python. Yeah. Okay, so from biology background, so I think, see, if you are from biology background, see, data science is full of math. I think you should know that. So basic math you should clear. So you should not tell y equals to mx plus c, how it is. If you ask me why y equals to mx plus c, I cannot answer because that you have learnt in which class? Maybe 6th, 7th class, right? So if your 12th standard math is completed, if you know the concept till 12th class, rest all math you will understand. If you are completely non-math background, means in 10th also you have not taken math, please leave the field. Data science is not the field for you because it is full of math. Where you will go? Python is just a wrapper. On top we are just kind of, you have seen that cake, right? On top we are just giving the cream. So cream is Python, but behind what is there? The cake is the main part. So math is everywhere in data science. Without math, I think data science is incomplete. Okay, any other further questions?
Ma'am, where can we get Durga sir's videos? Not from 2 days, Durga ma'am is not providing mail, so maybe they are busy. I can understand. How can I get those?
Once you have signed up, I think they will add you. I will remind ma'am once, so everybody will get access. So they are waiting for 10, 10, 10. So once 10 registration is completed, whole 10 people they are giving at a time. Again waiting for next 10. But I will update ma'am.
Yeah,
So
I
at least
also
today.
registered 5 days back. I haven't received the Python Durga recording.
Sure,
And we
I
don't
will
have, ma'am, we don't have CoreJava, Core Python in YouTube. Durgasoft's lectures.
CoreJava, why you need? So you need Python
Sorry.
classes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Core Python. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Everything is there. So, sir, not only core Python, sir has also completed lot of advanced topics like file handling, regular expression, decorator, generator, everything. Name any topic in Python, you will find it. Complete video is available. And it is
In
for
YouTube.
6 months. Yes. Okay. So coming to yeah. So I think I will update ma'am, Bhavani ma'am. She will add everyone, whoever has registered. Today only you will get access. And I will upload all of these materials in the drive.
You think we need to undergo some kind of statistic stuff for this?
See, whatever I am covering, I will be covering detail, but I am going to tell you some topics which we are not covering due to lack of time. Maybe those topics you can go through. And I'll tell
Yeah,
you the resource also where you
yeah.
can learn.
If you can tell, so for example, we go to Khan Academy and get it learned, right?
Correct.
So
Yes. Yeah, I will tell you those kind of things when we go to that topic, right? Topic wise, I will tell you. For example, statistics. I have some good YouTube reference link plus some GitHub links. Plus, obviously, Khan Academy is very good, but it is so detailed that you should have that much patience to complete. It's so detailed and very good. So I will tell you which topic we already covered and you can skip and which topic you can learn. So topic wise, I will tell you. So wait for that time. So when we go to that topic, I'll tell you.
Yeah, excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
As I already mentioned in the chat, I am from biology background. Okay.
Yeah.
So, of course, I learned math till 10th, but now I am working as full stack developer. I mean, working on Java and Angular. So, but non-math background. So, can I cope up with this course? I mean, will you cover mathematics? I mean,
See, I think I
respective to the
lot.
course. Yeah.
So yeah, I think in the demo sessions, if you have seen, please mute yourself, everyone. In the demo sessions, if you see, right, which is already there in YouTube, I have opened the notes also and I have shown at what detail we will go. The project also I have shown and the notes also. Let's say this, right? This is one of the note like decision tree we have discussed. So this is the complete, so this is the note, but I will be writing everything. So see, this is the math behind it, entropy, information gain and everything. And you open any of the kind of machine learning, we will go very detail about maths. Having said that, you are telling you are from non-math background. So for example, if I tell you dx square by dx, right? Let's say dx square. So what is the derivative? So if you are not able to tell me 2x, I cannot help you in that point. I'm just giving you a small example so that everybody can relate. So at least the
Okay. Okay.
basic fundamental thing should be clear, right? You should not ask me how it is 2x, even though I am
Okay.
explaining how it is 2x, but y equals
Okay.
to mx plus c, right? This is a very
Okay.
common concept. I think everybody will be learning it. What is a mean? I don't know what is average. So what I'm saying is very, very basic concept. If that is clear, rest all thing I will take care. I will write it. We have this pen and paper kind of thing. So any derivative, anything, I will write it from scratch and I will explain. If you want, I can show
Okay.
you some of the math notes so that you will get
Okay.
that confidence, right?
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Sure.
So
Okay.
for math, I am there, so don't worry, right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Hi, ma'am. This is Satya, ma'am. I joined today, and I think a few days back also I have joined. I have spoken with you. Ma'am,
Yes,
I have requested for this MLOps course content. I also discussed this in the
correct,
earlier
correct.
demo
Yes, yes,
session.
yes, Satya. So the
Yes, so
ML ops content, I am so basically, so the thing is the timing problem. Now what happened is school started and everything. Morning I was taking two batches. I'm not able to take. So
no, no,
evening I'm waiting
I yeah, I
for
understood, ma'am. No, but what I'm
the
saying is,
course content
I
only,
can
right?
yeah, I can choose which one I'll have to join, because if I look at
Got
the
it.
course content of the ML ops, then I'll decide whether I'll have to join this machine learning entire thing, machine learning, DL, AI, and everything, or I'll have to only join that.
Sure. So just give me some time, Satya. Maybe within 3-4 days, I will be able to share the content with Institute. But the batch will start maybe end of this month, August
No,
1st, when the evening
that is
batch will
fine.
come.
That is fine. That
Yeah.
is fine, ma'am. No issues. Okay. So should I continue with this batch till that time for maybe for a week?
I mean, you can, so if you want to find, okay, just wait for 2-3-4 days to get the syllabus. And
Yes.
I think, yeah, I think the purpose is should be clear what you want. So both of the syllabus are different and the purpose is also different. So
Correct.
coming
So
to your batch,
are you covering that machine learning part in that ML ops?
see, I will be covering, but that will not be so detailed like how I am covering here because that's the objective is different there, here different. That is the implementation deployment side. I will be covering ML in detail, but it will not be so detailed like AI codes. Are you getting? So
No,
that is the
yes,
ha.
yes.
So I'll tell. Let me tell you, Satya. So that's not a different codes completely. That's coming as a package. That is going to come as a package. People who have completed this course, in this course the deployment part is missing, isn't it? We are just going till validation. So if you want to understand the deployment part, after taking this course you can take that course because that is full on deployment. So while focusing on deployment, we have a lot of different stacks we will be covering. During that process ML will also come. ML already I have covered here, so I'm not going to repeat again there. I will be going maybe at high level, like how I am going core Python here. I'm not going to derive all the equations and maths, like how, for example, linear regression. If I'm taking 5 hours to complete in AI course, maybe I'll take 2 hours to complete. in the ML Ops course, because the objective is different. People who are joining that course, the intention is how to deploy all of these models, because they already know ML. They are data scientists who already have enough knowledge about ML, DL, and NLP. But what they are lacking is how to deploy. They don't know after they develop the model what it is happening, like where the model is going, how to deploy it. So that is the intention of that course. I think this is clear to you, right? The intention is you have built a model, you have validated it, your client is okay, everything is fine. Now you are handing over that model to data engineering team or other teams who are deploying. So nowadays, if you want to become a very much expert, which is additional thing, if you want to understand the deployment side also, then that course will help you. That course will not teach you again ML and DL, because that is what we are covering here. That will be a repetition again there, isn't it? So I think you understood what I'm saying. So that is
Yes,
the
yes.
next step. Yeah.
Yeah, I understood that. But only thing is the time that I'll dedicate, that will be a problem, because if I'm looking for that particular thing,
Only
maybe in a
ML you
month or
can
two,
yes, yes. So you already know ML,
because
that course will help you. If you don't know ML,
yes.
I think that course will not help you much in one line,
Yes, yes.
right?
I know a little bit, so I can catch that. So
Yes.
only thing is that then I'll have to wait for maybe for 3 months when that will start. If someone
No, no, the
learns this
course will
and then
not. No, no, no. The course will not start in 3 months. The course will start in August first week onwards. In the evening time, 9 to 10, it will start. I'm waiting for the evening batch to complete. Once that is
yes, yes,
completed,
yes. No,
yeah,
I understood. No, you said someone first learn this and then learn that. That will be a complete end-to-end package. So then they have to learn this for at least for maybe 2.5 to 3 months, and then that will start, right? So then, yes, if it is August first week, maybe I'll wait. So okay.
yeah, no problem. Um, yeah, any other questions? So I can see lot of questions in the chat window. So one more thing
Madam, this
is,
is Girish here.
yeah, Girish. So just one
Madam,
second. I think 1 second. I will answer your question, Girish, but let me answer this first. So I think we are only providing machine learning also. So if you want to skip this entire Python track, why? Because many of you already know Python, right? You are working as a Python developer or data science, data engineer or data analyst. So you already know NumPy, Pandas, Plotly, all of these things. If you already know and want to start from machine learning directly, you can join the same batch maybe after 15 days. So maybe August 1st onwards, you can join, right? August first week onwards, you can join. The course fees will be 14,000. Uh, 2,000 will be reduction because you have skipped the Python part. So that is just for an information. If you directly want to start from starts and ML, because you already know Python, you will get the recorded session. I think I'm not sure whether you will get it or not, but Python videos from Durga sir you will get. From machine learning, statistics, deep learning, everything will be same. Only the Python part will be removed so that you can save your time. No need to listen the things already you know, right? Okay, go ahead. You are asking something.
Madam, for mid-career transition from mechanical engineer to this data science, madam, any certification is required, ma'am?
Certification is not required. Basically, a full-time degree is required or learning is required. But for your satisfaction, if your company is sponsoring, maybe you can go ahead with some like very famous certification, maybe from IIM or triple IT or IIT kind of institute, right? If your company is giving money or sponsorship, if you're paying from your pocket, then you need to think because the money you are giving and the value you are getting is not worth it. I'm
Ma'am, I
not
have
saying you will get zero value, you will get some value, but how much money you are paying and what value you are getting, that is not equal,
ma'am, I
right?
have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Anudeep, ma'am. Actually, I was looking for my master's.
Yes.
So if I'm getting two options. One is professional course in one of the universities of Maryland, and second one is I'm getting like I have to choose MS in computer science and then shift the track to the data science in one of the semesters. Which do you think would be beneficial to me?
See, computer science and then data science, I know the other track that you told, I may not be the right person to suggest because I myself don't know what is that track is about. Professional course means what exactly? But if you are going with
It makes you job.
computer, see, I will summarize. I will not tell one to one, but let me summarize or generalize for everyone. So if you are a fresher, in the demo sessions already I spoken. So if you're a fresher, if you have time and if you have that, fresher means BTech plus 3 years. Within that window, if you're coming, quit your job, prepare for full-time masters abroad or here. I like you know, whatever college is good, you prepare for full-time and go ahead with your full-time masters, which has lot of value. But if you're in a career where you cannot do that because you are already crossed that 3+ years of time, you are in mid edge, like let's say 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. Now this time you cannot go back and try for masters full time. Now you have a choice. If your company is sponsoring, right, somebody is paying, because most of the good companies they sponsor, right, they will pay the tuition fee at least 30, 40, 50% if they are paying. Rest 50% you can pay from your pocket and go ahead with 1 year PG diploma course. The learning will be almost same, but at least you'll get a certificate. But if you're paying from your pocket, you need to think. I think the 6 lakh, 5 lakh, 4 lakh you're paying, uh, the value that you are getting is not that much valued. No data science certificate has any value in real-time industry except full-time masters. You can go and see the JD, don't believe. Naukri download data science jobs and see masters from tier 1 college. They will write not even masters from other college, tier 1 college masters. When they're searching for tier, please mute yourself, right? Everyone, because it is creating a lot of noise. Once you speak, please go on mute. So when they're searching for tier 1 college like Triple IT, IIT, NIT, and if you show them a part-time certification, like you, lakhs of people are getting the same certification, do you think the company will value? The question is that. Having said that, it's your choice. I'm not telling you, but this is what is the reality. Is it clear about certification? Is it clear? I think, is it clear your doubts? I
Yes.
think I have generalized everything. So I think this will be helpful. I'm not saying certification is completely useless. It has some usage, but if your company is sponsoring 50%, or if you're so rich that for 5 lakhs doesn't matter, maybe in that case you can go ahead. Okay. I think we are all good. Tomorrow we'll connect and I will not answer this kind of questions again. All of these things, please see the demo. I'm repeating all of these questions I have answered in the demo. So any career related questions, please see the demo instead of repeating every day. If you see the demo once, all your doubts will be cleared, right? Because these things, I think this is the 6th number class where we are repeating. Okay.
Ma'am, I have one doubt, ma'am.
Okay, this is the last question I'm taking because I'm getting late. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I know core Python, but I forgetted the +2 and 10th level mathematics. Ma'am, can you share some topic name so that I can cover in this particular week?
Sure, no problem. So I'll tell you the topic names. Don't worry. So if you spend 1 hour or 2 hours, it will be done. So when we go to that particular topic, I'll tell you first, if you're not understanding in the class, let me share you some links where you can learn, right? For example, basic, let's say y equals to mx plus c you don't know, then maybe I will share you some links where you can learn the basic maths. So wait for that day
Okay.
when we will complete those topics. If you're not understanding in the class, talk to me one to one. I will share some extra resources which will help you to learn yourself the basic ones. Right?
Okay,
And the
ma'am.
class recordings will be
Yeah.
with you. So let's say you missed any class or you could not understand in the class. It's not like one time you're listening and it is gone. Your class recordings are with you. So later again you can revise all the things. Please can you go on mute everyone? If you have any question, please ask. Otherwise go on mute. Okay. So I think we are all good. Tomorrow let us connect. We'll continue. Thank you everyone.
Bye, Shana.